Hi all, welcome back to my channel. So today in this session we are going to learn how we can create a batch script, okay, to zip and unzip the files in the current directory, okay, or if you wanted to zip your files which is present in the specific folder, that also we can do it using the batch script command. It's very straightforward and simple to use, so stay tuned in the video. So what there are basically two steps that we need to consider. So the very first is we need a zipping software to zip our files, right? So it could be a WinZip, it could be a 7ZZ, so any zipping software whichever you have in your machine, that you can use it. But the first thing that you need to consider, in the current directory wherever you wanted to zip your files, you have to put the exe in the same location. Let's suppose in my case I wanted to zip all the files which is present in this current directory e-learning. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to copy, I need this zipping software to be present in this current directory. Let me delete this. So as of now I don't have a zipping software in this current directory. So what we need to do, we need to find it out what zipping software we have in our local machine, and then we have to copy paste the exe of that zipping software in the current directory. So I have a 7z, okay, 7zip software, and which is installed on my machine. If you can see in the C program file, you have to open that software, and this is the application. If you can see, this is the exe. Okay, do not copy this DLL. Okay, copy this application, go back to your current directory here and paste it the software. So this is the very first thing that we have done. Now second is start creating a batch, and let's learn what is that command, magic command, which will zip your files in 1 second. So as you know, what we can do is we have to first create a new text document. Okay, open it and start writing a batch script. So echo of, as we know, and then we have to provide the zipping software exe7, in my case 7z z, okay, z.exe, and the magic command that I'm going to tell is just a simple letter A. Okay, this magic command is going to zip your files in the current directory. Now in the first we can say the parameters, we need to provide what would be the name of the zip file which you wanted to create, and in what location. So I wanted the zip file to be created in the same location, so I copied this location, open my batch script here, and I need to give the file. Okay, so let's say I wanted to create a zip file with my with this name, my sample, or my first, let's say first zipped file. Okay, that's it. So what it's going to do, that's it, that's all. Okay, we are done. So I have used the pause to pause the console. So only the three things that you need to learn: the zipping software, then the magic command A, and then you have to give the name of your file which is going to be created. Okay, and then save it as a bat file. So let's say give batch to zip files. Okay, this is and dot b8. Do not forget to change the file extension, name extension of this. Okay, so close it, saved. See, batch to zip file. So this text document no longer needed, can delete it. Now let's test it. Okay, double click on it and see, you just see a fraction of seconds. It was zipping your file. Okay, you have seen one pop-up. I believe you have seen that pop-up. Okay, now if you can see, this earlier, this is not created. When we run it, okay, tested my first zip file, this was the name that we have chosen. Okay, if you can see, open it, I will show you again, my first zip file.exe. So you can see my first zip file. Now let's check, it has a things in it. See, 220 KB. So if you wanted to open, let's open it using the 7zip extract files. If you wanted to extract it, or okay, let's see what is. So see here, it extracted and with this folder, and you can see exactly the same, everything is what we have in the learning in the root directory. It has zipped all of the folders and all of the files. So here if you can see, text1, test2 in my zip. See, in my zip inside of each of the folder, the file is also got zipped. Okay, so nested hierarchy, you can say, it also consider the nested hierarchy. Now let's say my requirement is not to zip all of the files. I wanted to zip only the files which present in the test2 folder. Okay, specifically I wanted to mention the folder. So in that case, what we can do, first let me delete this which has already been created, and let me delete this, and we have to make a little bit changes in our batch file in order to do that. So what we need to do this time, we have not, if you can see, we have given the path only, we have given the name of the batch zip file which is going to create, but we have not given the path. If we will not provide any path, it will take the current directory as a path. Okay, but that's why it has zipped all the folders with their nested files in it. So here what we need to, if we wanted to zip only the test2 folders, so what we need to do, we have to go here and we have to take this path, and we have to specifically mention this path as a last parameter here. So do not forget to give one space in between. Okay, so you have to give this folder path. So this will give you a path will give command to the batch that do not zip all the files in the current directory. Instead, go to this particular test folder, and inside that, whatever files you get it, please zip those only. So that is the difference if you wanted to zip the files on specific folder. So let's test this as well. Let me double click on it. See, the batch file is already being generated here, zip file. Now the size is 6 KB. Okay, so that means now let's open and see whether it has extracted files. See here, the folder has been created, and look here, this time only test2 folder is there. Okay, and in the test2 folders, all the files is present in the zip file. So basically this way you can change, you can provide the paths of the specific folder where you wanted to zip the files. Okay, so this way you can zip the files. Now let's understand how we can unzip the files. Okay, so let's create a new, let me create a new batch script for that. Let me open this, and here we have to do echo of. This is exactly the same, only the one small change that is required here, 7 zz.exe, that is our software which is going to zip and unzip. Now to zip the files, we have used the magic command A, and to unzip we have to use a command E. That is the only difference. Then you have to provide the path. Then you have to provide the path of your zipped file. So this location you have to provide, because our zip file is C7Z file. So this file is present in this location. So we have to provide this location with the file name, so that it will go ahead and unzip my file, my first zipped file dot 7z. Okay, that's all is required. Now go ahead and let me use the pause as well, so that the console will be paused, and then save it, and we can rename it as a batch to unzip file. Okay, that's all. .bat. Save it. See, batch to unzip, or remove the txt. Now let's if you can see here, we do not have a folder with my name, my first zip file. Okay, because it is in zipped folder, I wanted to unzip it in see, this way manually how we can unzip. Here we can go and we can unzip like this. Okay, but the same thing can be done using the batch script. So let's test this. Double click. Okay, enter, and here you see what happened. This file, basically it's not generated a folder like my first zip file folder, and inside that, instead it you can see 2 Excel sheet, it has zipped out whatever the file present is there, it will extract it and paste it in the current directory. So this way we can unzip the file, and whatever the data present in the zip file is present in the current directory. Okay, so I hope you like the video. In case if you have any doubt, please let me know. Till the time, happy learning. Bye guys.